Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Chris Sununu and Scott Jennings tag team to make this entire panel of these ridiculous CNN DNC hacks completely rethink their entire careers. Let's dive in.
That TikTok trend, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not sure why this is necessary. I mean, there is like serious stuff happening in this country, but that seems to be just inviting ridicule.
So when you think about TikTok as a trend, we are trying to reach out to different people and different voters. And the woman who produced this is an influencer with 7 million followers. So this is lighthearted, it's fun. And every time you do something creative, you're going to get criticism, right? But I actually applaud them for trying to do something different. And here's the reality. 7 million followers, whether you think it's cringe or you like it, we're on CNN on a Thursday night, and we're talking about it on national TV.
But I guess my question is, to what end? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I mean, maybe you will get 7 million eyeballs, but what is the point?
I am not accustomed to helping your party do anything.
Yep.
But let me give you some advice. This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And if you read the comments today, Lord have mercy. Look, scrambling for new social media and communication strategies is not a replacement for fixing what's actually wrong. Your party has a 21% approval rating right now, congressional Democrats.
Well, let's talk about fixing what's wrong. Donald Trump is doing nothing for the American people.
He has a 50% approval rating.
But he's doing nothing for the American people.
And so
he's not lowering the cost of living. He tells lies.
Fix the policy and leave the gimmicks behind.
Yes, and let's make policy.
Okay, well, let me finish here. Let the Congresswoman respond to that, because I think the underlying what Scott is saying is this question of the party itself has a trust issue with its own voters, frankly.
Right.
So what is being done about that?
So as we look at trust issues with the Democratic Party, there are a lot of things happening. Remember, the Democratic Party is a very large tent with diverse people. We have people saying, do something. We have some people saying, you've gone too far. We have to stay focused on what is important right now to the American people. President Trump promised to lower the cost of living. He has done none of that. And the Trump administration and Elon Musk are demonstrating one thing with all these random cuts. They don't care if you get sick. They don't care if you get injured. They don't care if you can't pay your bills. And they don't care if you're safe. All these random cuts they're making in all these departments that they don't even hardly know very well are hurting the American people. How is putting veterans out of work lowering the cost of living? How is taking away food from children lowering the cost of living? How is kicking women off of health care who get Medicaid lowering the cost of living? So I know that these things are distractions that we're talking about, but why won't Donald Trump deliver on his promises? Because he lies. That's why. They're doing nothing to support the American people.
Why would or should the American people trust Democrats to lower the cost of living after the last 4 years?
We have created more jobs.
No, cost of living. You brought it up. You said Trump's not delivering. I just want to know why we should trust Democrats who skyrocketed inflation for that. Why would I trust you?
I don't think it's
why
about.
Would I trust you?
I don't think it's about. It is not about that. I want to talk to the people who are in my family, who are my friends, who are hurting in this country, and ask them, what do you need and what do you want from us right now? And then work to develop policies to deliver.
I think you've been pretty loud about that, and you ignored it. You've lost the African-American vote. You're losing the Latino vote.
We did not lose the African-American vote.
That's
92% of black women voted.
Trump did better than any Republican in history.
But that does not mean we lost. We did not. Reframe that.
You are losing the Latino vote because they are leaving you. Why? They don't have to tell you today because they've been telling you for 20 years, and you've ignored them.
And if you listen to the Latino vote right now, they are asking you, why are you deporting their family? They thought that they were going to be the exception to the rule, and they are disappointed in the way the immigration policy is being. So I would just say, don't be so cocky right now. Y'all won. You lost 6 straight years, though, after Donald Trump, to be clear. You got to win. You put a win on the board.
It was clear that he was shutting down the border, and they supported him for it.
And then when you talk to them now, they say, I didn't think it was going to impact me. But it is. Poor people, poor white people are saying, I didn't think the cuts were coming to my farm in Kansas, and now I have silos filled with grain because you closed
the Democrat Party shouldn't be talking about people in poverty. Go to California and you tell me one Republican policy that drove the highest homeless rate, the highest mental health crisis.
I'm not saying
they do
it's
nothing.
perfect.
And there's no Republican policy there. You just look at California. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. You're the biggest pitch man for why the Republican Party cares about results and getting things done, and not just big talk that has failed the folks that backed them for several years.
We'll catch you in 4 months when we keep on finding the ridiculous amounts of fraud that is just rampant in our Medicare system, which the majority of this panel is just laughing at. They're just that isn't happening. That really isn't happening at our delightful little tea party. This is ridiculous. These people are in danger of losing their entire coalition, and they still refuse to actually get out of their comfort zone and start talking to the people. For instance, that farmer in Kansas who might have a silo full of grain. Maybe if you had been talking to that person for a longer time without, I don't know, thumbing your nose at them in every single opportunity, maybe you could actually work with those people. But no, that bridge has been so burned that Sherman would think that you've done a good job in burning down the city of Atlanta. Good grief. The amount of goalposts that got moved in this little debate here. First off, the idea that the choose your fighter TikTok meme that is making the rounds all because these Democrats have no idea how to reach out to young people when this little bouncing thing, that's not from Smash Brothers Brawl, that's from Street Fighter, okay? That's not Mortal Kombat, even though the music is from Smash Brothers. This is a completely different fighting game. So they used the wrong theme. Then they brought in some of the most cringy people to get in there and dance with all their little power-ups. And let's be honest, the DNC, I put them in the D tier when it comes to my actual fighters on Smash Brothers. And if you know what that means, you're awesome. So these people can't help but resort to cringy memes. And then when it comes to actual policy, the moment they get called out on something, they try to move the goalposts and try to talk about Donald Trump instead. Maybe, just maybe, it would help these poor, bless their heart kind of style Democrats to actually understand that they're losing their entire coalition. Did you hear how they started clucking like a bunch of hens the moment Chris Sununu brought up, you're losing the black vote, all right? And they are. Black men despise what the Democrat Party has become because the Democrat Party has gotten so feminized that it has completely ostracized older black men as well as younger black men, not to mention younger white men and younger Latinos. And let's then talk about Latino voters. These Latino voters have been praising ICE for deporting the people, particularly from Venezuela. They've known where the trouble starts because guess what? They've left those countries, and they know when trouble is on the horizon because they know that Venezuela has been one of the worst countries in our entire hemisphere for the past 20 years. And the moment that they started releasing their inmates from prison to go all the way up into the United States using humanitarian crisis resources in order to fly to the United States, and then when they commit crimes here, the Democrats let them off the hook. Okay? All right. That is breaking down their entire coalition. The Democrat coalition used to be a big pizza pie with 6 slices. Half of it's white based, half of it's minority or marinara based. Just bear with me here. But on the top half, you had rich white liberals, working class whites, and you have the kind of people that go to school and get radicalized. Ultimately, the rich white liberals' kids. Then on the bottom half, you have minority working class. You have women voters, just in general. And then you have, for lack of a better phrase, just kind of the leftovers, the LGBT, the people who aren't able to work, the traditional downtrodden of society, if you will. But the DNC is currently losing 2 of those big slices, all because they have completely embraced the rich white liberals and their kids, and they keep on ostracizing their own blue-collar workers and the workers that might not be unionized, but definitely need those jobs, but have been watching those jobs be slowly absorbed by either illegal migrants or companies that have offshored all of their warehouse work to other nations because it's just cheaper in the long run. The Republican Party has been talking about each and every one of these issues, particularly under Donald Trump. He ramped up that sort of rhetoric, so no wonder he did better than any Republican in, nearly 100 years when it comes to the black vote. Maybe Eisenhower was better. If someone actually knows, let me know down in the comments below. Remember, I hate being wrong more than I hate losing, and I hate losing. But ultimately, these Democrats on this panel are clucking like a bunch of hens, and I wonder if they've laid an egg at all, because what ends up happening nearly every single time, when someone like Chris Sununu or Scott Jennings either gives them advice or reminds them that they're losing something big, they start screeching like peacocks or clucking like hens, like there's an actual fox in the hen house. The reality is the only Fox around here is on Fox News, and guess what? This is CNN, so yeah, there's no Fox in the hen house here. It's nothing but a couple of dudes speaking the truth to these panelists, and they can't handle the truth, all right? This isn't a few good men. This is quite literally a scenario where they don't want to look inward, because the moment they do, the facade is broken. And then the Democrats and their rich white liberal buddies that watch CNN might actually have to look inward and go, maybe I'm the problem after all. Maybe being so isolated from what actual America is has made them almost impossible for them to understand the actual conditions that people face here in America every single day. So no wonder the idea of Make America Great Again keeps on gaining more and more traction, because even minority voters who have been lied to for the past 10 years about Donald Trump are starting to realize the truth. And that is the DNC does not have their back, CNN will not tell them the truth, and the person that is actually offering them a better opportunity is the same dude that cut their taxes, gave them economic opportunity zones, and then started deporting the dangerous people that had been released here into the United States. That all adds up to one dude, Donald Trump, creating a new coalition that is currently outflanking the Democrats. And so, if you really want to end up in a fatality like the Democrats are doing on this panel here, it's going to wind up with 60 Republican senators making a supermajority, and then, oh boy, things are going to get really, really fun. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politibrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.